I finally found you, you fraud! I told the police everything you did to me!
You're under arrest.
I'm sorry, who are you? Have we met?
Are you really gonna play dumb at this late in the game? I know it's you, Tabitha!
Tabitha, you say? That would be me. Is there anything I can do for you boys? Would you care for a cup of tea?
Trouble Busters!
Hey there, my name is Melanie. I was in the mood to relax on my day off today, so I'm watching my team play on a big screen TV. Ha, this is the life. Oh, coming.
I finally found you, you fraud! I told the police everything you did to me!
You're under arrest.
I'm sorry, who are you? Have we met?
You know exactly who I am. I'm the man you stole $30,000 from!
I'm telling you, I've never met you before in my life. I have no idea who you are.
I don't believe this. Have you no shame? Are you really gonna play dumb at this late in the game? I know it's you, Tabitha!
Wait, who? Tabitha?
Ma'am, the jig is up. Just confess and make it easier on yourself. The more you try to deny it, the guiltier you look.
This is so confusing. I have no idea what's going on. You say you're looking for Tabitha? That's my grandmother's name and she's 80 years old.
What?
An 80-year-old woman?
Yes. My name is Melanie, not Tabitha.
Oh, sure, as if I'd believe anything you say.
Seriously, Tabitha, did you really think I would believe that? Do you think cops are a bunch of dumb brutes? Is that it?
No, that's not it at all. Here, take a look at this. This has my picture on it, and the name clearly says Melanie.
I see. That's interesting. Looks like we can add another charge to the list, being in possession of a fake driver's license.
But it isn't fake.
You see that, officer? She had a fake ID ready. She's obviously a professional con artist.
No, you're making a mistake. This isn't a fake license. This is 100% a real license. I don't even know where to get a fake one.
You're a liar and a thief! Officer, surely an expert in the law such as yourself can see that she's definitely a seasoned fraudster, right?
Yep, you're exactly right, sir. I mean, come on, who has their license ready to go at the drop of a hat to prove their identity? No one but con artists.
What are you talking about? I don't know a single adult who doesn't keep their license in their wallet.
You're gonna have to do better than that convenient little story to convince me, con artist.
This is the most bizarre day of my life. If you're gonna keep harassing me with nonsense like this, I'm gonna call the police myself.
What good will that do, ya moron? The police are already here.
Oh, are you gonna do me the favor of calling in backup for me? How kind of you.
Just what in the world is wrong with these two guys? All right, you want to claim that Melanie is a fake name and I'm really Tabitha? Well then, let's see you prove it. Go on and show me your evidence that I'm actually my own 80-year-old grandmother.
Unbelievable! Are you still sticking to the ridiculous story about Tabitha being an 80-year-old woman?
Now, sir, let's let her have her say, shall we? After all, every time she lies and pretends she's not really Tabitha, she's adding another 1 or 2 years to her prison sentence.
Why would I have to go to prison at all, seeing as how I'm not a con artist named Tabitha? Now I asked you for your evidence. Let's see it right now.
Oh, don't worry. I have tons of evidence. Don't worry, sir. I've got this. The first and most damning piece of evidence that your name isn't Melanie is the very fact that Melanie is a completely made-up name.
You've got to be kidding me.
In all my life, I have never, ever met a single person named Melanie before, man or woman, and I don't expect I ever will. How can your real name be Melanie when Melanie isn't even a real name?
You mean you're not kidding? Why couldn't my parents name me something more normal like Helen? Maybe these weirdos would believe me. Okay, I'll grant you one thing. Maybe there aren't all that many Melanies out there. I'm telling you the truth. Melanie is my real name. I've never even had any other name other than Melanie.
I just told you, ma'am, there are no women named Melanie. It's not a real name.
Come on, guys. Really, it's not that uncommon. There are Melanies out there.
I've heard more than enough of your excuses for one day, Tabitha. Let's get right down to business. Are you gonna come with me to the police station and confess or not?
Are you listening to me? I am not Tabitha. My name is Melanie. Tabitha's my grandmother. She's an 80-year-old woman. She's a devoted wife and mother, and she's not a con artist. Obviously, you've got the wrong person, so why don't you go and search for the real con artist?
That's fraud, possession of a fake ID, perjury, and resisting arrest. That's gonna have you behind bars for about 8 years, Tabitha.
Perjury? Resisting arrest? I'm not under oath and I'm not under arrest. And I'm not Tabitha. Leave me alone.
Keith, show her the other evidence.
You got it.
After being prodded by the police officer, this man named Keith took out his cell phone and brought up a text conversation between him and... Wait, that's me. But that's impossible. Okay, well, I see the name Tabitha on the text history and also my picture.
Sounds like a confession to me.
You're under arrest.
Now just hold on a moment here. You're being ridiculous. You can't just arrest me like this. You're acting like incompetent detectives placed in cop dramas for comic relief.
Another denial.
That takes it up to 12 years behind bars.
You're gonna add 4 years to my prison sentence just for denying that I did anything wrong?
Ma'am, things don't go well for people who refuse to confess when I tell them to. The last guy who talked back to me ended up getting slapped with a 326-year prison sentence.
Tabitha, the best thing for you to do right now is just confess. Give it up. No one believes you.
If you really want to keep up this farce, then we'll have no choice but to formally lodge a lawsuit against you, Tabitha.
They're gonna sue me? Oh no, I don't have time to deal with some frivolous lawsuit like this. I'm gonna have to take time off work in the middle of the busiest time of the year. My colleagues would be furious. Although if their case ever went to trial, they'd get laughed out of the courtroom. There's no way I would ever get found guilty. But that police officer seemed so confident that he could put me in prison. It's kind of worrisome, to be honest. Maybe he's the kind of cop who has the right connections to follow through with that threat.
It seems like you finally come to your senses, eh, Tabitha?
All right, I guess I don't have any choice, do I?
Then you're confessing. Hands behind your back.
I'm not confessing. But I don't have any choice but to introduce you to my grandma, the real Tabitha. Come on inside. It might concern the neighbors to see a cop outside my house. All right, I'm going to go get my grandma, so you wait here.
Before you go, don't even think about trying to escape.
Evading arrest will put you up to 22 years in prison, Tabitha.
Hey, Grandma. Sorry to keep you waiting.
What the?
Well, hello there, boys. It's so nice to have people come by to chat. You're looking for Tabitha? Well, that's me. What can I do for you? Would you boys like a cup of tea?
Hey, what's the plan now? I wasn't expecting this. You're the professional. What's our next play?
Don't worry, there's no need to panic. I'll bet she just so happened to be living together with some random 80-year-old woman. We can't let up the pressure. If she sees even the slightest sign of weakness, she'll turn it around on us, and then you'll never get your money back.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know that, but what if she's telling the truth?
Don't worry about a thing. We already know that Melanie is a fake name and she's really Tabitha. Plus, we have the record of your text history with her on your phone. It even had her picture on it. So it's still a sure thing that she's the con artist Tabitha.
Yeah, you're right. We've still got this.
Well, does this settle things? Will you finally leave me alone?
Shut up, you con artist. This hasn't settled anything.
Tell me, Tabitha, where on earth did you find an 80-year-old woman willing to be an accomplice in your scheme? We'll add a charge for elder abuse to your rap sheet. That makes a total of 30 years.
Oh, for the love of you, still don't believe me, even after I showed you the real Tabitha?
Of course I don't believe you. You stole $30,000 of my hard-earned money.
What's that? Did you say $30,000?
That's right. This woman here is Tabitha, a con artist who stole $30,000 from me.
But that's impossible. She's my granddaughter and her name is Melanie. Tabitha is my name, not hers. You're making a mistake.
Oh, no, not you too, ma'am. Now you're looking at a 45-year prison sentence too, at your age.
Yeah, there's no way I would ever want to marry an older woman, much less one who's 80. Yuck!
I don't know what else to tell you, though. My name really is Tabitha. Here, I have multiple forms of government-issued ID. Take your pick. They all say the same thing.
What the? These look real?
That's, well...
Give it up already. Let me ask you a question, Keith. Have you ever even met this Tabitha you think I am face to face?
Well,
Well, what? I'm waiting.
well, no, I haven't, but the picture on these text messages is definitely of you. You can't explain that.
Sure I can. Some other person who knows both me and my grandma used a picture of me and made an account with it under my grandmother's name, see? That's way more likely than your story. Now, next question. What happened to the money you say Tabitha stole?
Well, Tabitha, you told me that you weren't ready to meet in person yet, so you told me to put the money in a storage locker near the train station.
Are you joking? Someone told you to put $30,000 in a locker and you did? Would you give your bank account password to a deposed Nigerian prince too?
I'm sorry. You see, I was getting kind of suspicious of Tabitha for a while, but then just yesterday I saw you walking by at the train station. I followed you home, and after I got your address, I called this guy to help me.
How dumb are you anyway?
Hey, I'm not dumb. You look just like this picture. What was I supposed to think? And when I told this guy about what happened yesterday, he told me that you were definitely the culprit, and we needed to move in fast to catch you before you end up running away with the money. And that's why I'm here.
So the answer is really dumb.
For the time being, I'll let you off with a warning while I continue my investigation.
Warning? For what? For having my identity stolen by a con artist? Once you do find the real culprit in this case, I expect a full apology to my poor granddaughter for all of this. You're going to take responsibility.
I'll see myself out.
Hey, what the? Where are you going? Don't leave me here by myself, officer. Hey, if I did make a mistake, then I'm really, really sorry.
You know, I don't think they did any investigation before coming here. But not to worry, I took the liberty of recording this entire conversation just to be safe. Nice work, Grandma. I waited and waited, but neither Keith nor the cop ever came back to my house. I think it's safe to say that they just ended up finding the real culprit and are bringing him to justice now. I guess he's just too much of a coward to come and apologize. I'm not gonna let him get away with this. Troublebusters.
1 Adam 12 reporting in. 1 Adam 12, you are to return to the police station immediately. I've got 2 women here who just told me a very disturbing story. Apparently, you were threatening them both with arrest and prison time for false charges. What? I take it you know what I'm referring to? No, sir, not at all. I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't you lie to me, Corporal. Get back here now! Oh, sorry, Chief. I just saw a bank robbery in progress. Yeah, a big one. Lots of guys with guns. You idiot. There's no robbery. Gotta go. Oh, no. This is bad. Very, very bad. Ugh. Those 2. What's their problem, seriously? Why can't they just let this thing go? It's not like I've been back to bother them after that one day. They can't do this to me. Man, if only I hadn't flashed my badge at them, they never would have known my name. I just had to try and be all cool like those cops on TV, and now look at where it's got me. All right, gotta think fast. I have to come up with some excuse that'll get me out of this mess.
4 hours after Chief Carter made the call to Corporal Nance to return to the station.
I have had it with that little punk. He had better get his backside over here now. Well, hello there, Melanie. And to you as well, Tabitha. Now if you'll excuse me. You're not going anywhere, Nance. You treated poor Melanie and Tabitha here like they were con artists. And based on what? Absolutely F all, that's what. They've filed a complaint against you for the way you used your position as a police officer to threaten them. Wait, what? But that's ridiculous. I was only doing my job. They can't.
Your job? Your job is to harass innocent civilians? I told you time after time after time that you had the wrong person, but all you did was make increasingly ridiculous threats involving longer and longer prison sentences to try and make us confess. If you had your way, both of us would be in jail right now for a crime we didn't commit.
Chief Carter, I have no idea what either of them are talking about. They're making it all up. Is that so? You say it's all made up, is that right? I swear, Chief, it's nonsense. Will you swear on your badge that it's nonsense, Nance? Sure, Chief, I swear on my badge. Well, then can you explain this to me, Nance? Well, Nance, that's you, isn't it? I don't know. I can't say for sure. You gutless sack of corn feed. Fine! I'll run this by the forensics team and see what they have to say then. Chief, I can't believe this. You're taking their side? What happened to the thin blue line? We're cops, you imbecile. It's my job and yours to side with truth and justice.
Keith already apologized to us for his mistake, Nance. He was very sincere about it, too. I can understand his position. Just being a victim of an awful crime like that, I'd imagine anyone would be capable of jumping to conclusions like that. I could even tell the day that the two of you came over that Keith started to have his doubts partway through, and then on the way out, he fully realized that he was mistaken and apologized before he left, which I respected him for. Meanwhile, the dirty, hairy wannabe over here kept up the conspiracy theory that we were actually the culprits in spite of the fact that all the evidence pointed to the contrary.
No, this is all a misunderstanding. And besides, let's not forget the fact that I didn't actually arrest you. And since I did go on to find the real con artist after that, can't we just let all this go?
You think that makes it any better just because you eventually did your freaking job? Doesn't change the fact that you tried to blackmail us into making a false confession. Let me see if I have this correct. Once you ran away from our house that day, it took you all but a few minutes to go figure out that we were telling the truth. When you actually did some elementary level police work, you found the real con artist in no time. Well, is that the way it happened?
Yeah, basically. That's the gist of it, I guess. More or less. I'm terribly sorry. When I caught the real culprit, I kind of assumed that you would get the news eventually.
Exactly how were we supposed to get that information, You think we have sources inside the police department or something?
I don't know. I figured you would just kinda hear on the news or from social media or something.
You don't think you had any responsibility to come and apologize to us in person after all the false allegations and lies you heaped on us? You could have taken 5 seconds to call the city's clerk office and confirm our names and addresses, but instead you just stormed over to our house and threatened us with prison time. You have no idea how much trouble you've caused for us. All of our neighbors have asked us why there was a police officer outside of our house. I've had to explain the story more times than I can count.
I don't see what's so bad about that. It shouldn't take that much time to explain the situation.
And it wouldn't have taken you much time to come and apologize.
There's nothing in the law that says I have to.
There's also nothing that says you have to threaten an elderly woman with prison time to make her confess to a crime she didn't commit, right?
Think about it this way. It's thanks to you that I solved the case.
And if you had done your job properly in investigating the crime from the get-go, we wouldn't have been dragged into it at all. Do you really not understand that?
You know what? I have to say, you're right. It's thanks to the two of you that I was able to kick my investigation into high gear and catch the culprit. Thank you so much for your service to the community. Now shall I accompany the two of you to your car?
You're not getting away with this that easy, so stop trying to push us out the door.
What is with these women? Can't they see that I don't want to talk about that stupid case anymore? I'd like to nominate you for this month's Good Citizen Award for your help in this case.
Okay, that does it. This guy will never admit his own faults.
What, are you saying you've never made a mistake before? Everyone makes mistakes. I'm only human. I'm not so sure about that anymore, Nance. I've been listening to this whole conversation and I cannot believe your attitude. All you've been focusing on is getting this over with as soon as possible. The only time you said the words "I'm sorry" was when you were trying to get them to leave. Do you have any idea what kind of damage you've done to this department's reputation? Chief, come on. You don't need to get that angry with me. Apparently I do, you shameless dimwit. Your lazy, sloppy police work and malicious harassment caused an untold amount of emotional damage to these two women who didn't do a single thing wrong. I am talking to you, Nance. Are you listening to me?
All right, that's it. I give up. I'm done here. We're leaving.
But ma'am, surely you won't be satisfied without getting a proper apology from him.
I'd certainly like an apology, but it seems like there are no words in the English language that will get through to this crooked cop. Not to mention, we're also wasting your valuable time, Chief Carter. I'm sure you have much more important things to be doing.
Thank you very much for your understanding.
Don't worry, Chief. We've still got plenty more trouble busting in store for this sorry excuse of a police officer.
What did you have in mind?
We've consulted with a civil rights attorney about the emotional suffering his false accusations did to us, and we're suing him in civil court.
Oh no, you're suing me? They can't do that to me. They have no right. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry with sugar on top. So please don't sue me. If you do that, I might lose my job.
What's this all of a sudden? Do you have multiple personalities or something? It looks to me like he's finally coming to understand what a precarious position he's in at the moment. Too bad it's a little too late. Lawsuits are a real pain, and I'd quite honestly avoid it if we were at all possible. I'm convinced that being crushed by a lawsuit is the only way this corrupt cop is going to understand how wrong his actions were, so we have no choice. Well then, Corporal Nance, we'll see you in court, young man.
Wait, please, don't do this. I'm begging you, this is going to completely ruin me. Look, I'm on my knees. I totally understand how wrong I was now. I guess I may have been on an eensy-weensy, itsy-bitsy, teeny-tiny little power trip back then.
A little power trip? Oh, give me a break. You were going mad with power.
Listen, you. I'm the one who gets to decide how big of a power trip I was on, not you.
I think this conversation's over. Yes, indeed, Melanie. We're done here. Let's go.
Wait! That was just a minor little slip-up. Here, would this make you change your mind? Can't we make this all go away?
Huh? Did you see that, Chief Carter? He just tried to make a bribe inside the police station.
I've had all I can take, Nance. I won't let you drag this department's reputation down 1 inch further. I'm putting my foot down. I'm sorry, Chief. I'll never do it again. It's just that I've been passed over for promotion so many times I got desperate. You tried to force a confession out of 2 innocent people just to pad your resume for a promotion? Is that what this was? There's no way I can let a person like you be in charge of preserving the peace and prosperity of this city's residents. Take off that uniform and go home, Nance. Chief, please. I told you to get out of here. No! Why? Please forgive me.
Let me think about that. No. Not a chance. The damages I was awarded were small, only $500, but the civil court recognized that Nance's actions were far over the line for a police officer. News of what he did to my grandma and me soon spread around the department, and once no one was willing to work with him anymore, he resigned from the force. I'm glad to know that with Nance gone, what happened to my grandma and me will never happen again to anyone else. And now that our good names have been cleared, the two of us are finally able to live our lives in peace and ease of mind once again.
Ball 4, take your base.
What? Are you kidding me? That umpire is as blind as a bat. That was a strike. If I were the pitcher, I'd give that old fool a piece of my mind. Makes me so mad to see idiots like him in charge of enforcing the rules. Trouble busters.